Welcome back. This is Chili Devs. I'm back to another video. I'd like to welcome back all my subscribers, all my new viewers. This is the channel where we talk about my top stocks. We also talk about personal finance, and we talk about dividend stocks for passive income. If you're new, please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell to get my frequent updates. Well, today we're going to talk about Tesla and SoFi. The big news is that student loan forgiveness has been struck down by the Supreme Court. And really quickly on my community board, I did post some dividend stocks that are coming up. On August 11th, we had Nucor. On August 8th, we have Deere. We have ConocoPhillips on the 14th of July. We also have Vanguard Technology ETF on the 5th. And we have dividends from Lambda Research. Okay, so this is from my personal portfolio. This is what I get paid every month. I get paid from ConocoPhillips, Vanguard, and Lambda Research. Okay, so that's an update. That's passive income there. Now we're going to go over to my story. The Supreme Court strikes down student loan forgiveness. Okay, here we are. Supreme Court strikes down Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. Says the Supreme Court on Friday struck down President Joe Biden's student debt relief. The ruling matched experts' prediction, giving the justice conservative majority. Educational officials, however, warned of a historic rise in delinquencies. Today's decision is an absolute betrayal of 40 million student loan borrowers counting on impartial court to decide their financial future based off established rule of law. Okay, so we know about basically student loans have been on pause since the pandemic started in early 2020. And here we are 3 years later with high inflation and students needing relief. So this was a big part of Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. For giving up to $20,000 was struck down by the Supreme Court. Okay, he was trying to use part of the HEROES Act, part of the pandemic play, and it was struck down by the Supreme Court. Okay, so SoFi will benefit from this. SoFi Technologies, which is a student loan refinance company, it's been up over 35% over the last 3 months. And over the last week, it's been up and down. Right after the decision, it was struck down. There was a spike. Okay, it was a 4.4% spike after the Supreme Court struck down Joe Biden's forgiveness. But telling the truth, Anthony Noto expected that they would still get a lot of the market share of people refinancing private student loans, even if Biden's plan have gone through. Okay, so again, SoFi Technologies hit a peak last week of $9.09, and I basically own a little over 300 shares. I'm hoping to get to 600 shares by the year end, and hopefully before the stock takes off and goes back to $20. So, okay, so SoFi Technologies will benefit. Remember, SoFi Technologies platform allows stock trading. They also do student loans, car loans, home loans, mortgage. Since the pandemic, they've expanded products and services such as insurance. And actually, I do have a SoFi loan, so it's been a fantastic. I've actually been able to acquire 2 loans with SoFi since the pandemic. So exciting news with SoFi Technologies. Again, I own a little over 305 shares, looking to get to 600 shares. Okay, the next stock we'll talk about tonight is Tesla. Okay, Tesla shares up today over 31% over the last 3 months. Elon Musk, since April, has driven the company up. Since April, when it was trading around $153, today it's trading right at a little over $261. So an added value of $100 per share with Tesla. Okay, if you don't know, I already own a little over 70 something shares of Tesla, and I'm grinning ear to ear because I've been buying since February when it was down around $200. So I'm doing fantastic in my position in Tesla. And again, this week they'll release the numbers on Tesla. So let's take a quick look at CNBC on the news on car deliveries with Tesla. Okay, here it is. We're on CNBC. and it's reported that Tesla reported 466,000 deliveries for the second quarter and a production of 479,000 vehicles. This is great for EV car consumers. Tesla is on track to produce millions of cars this year, and they are continuing on. This will be great information going into earnings call. Let's take a look and see when the earnings call is estimated for. Okay, finally it says here Tesla Incorporated common stock is estimated to report earnings on 7/19. And this is in general. Tesla does come in with the good numbers with the early deliveries of over 479,000 and the production numbers as well. So this is great. But they will report on 7/19. So that's a little over 2 weeks for now. And I think going into the middle of July, this stock can skyrocket a little bit higher. Okay, so Tesla right now trading at $261 per share, and we'll see what happens in the next 2 weeks going into earnings call. And this was just my update today on Tesla and SoFi Technologies. Again, SoFi Technologies has been a booming stock over the last month or so, up over 24% with the news of Cathie Woods taking a stake in the position. Also with student loans restarting in early September. So again, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.